Everyone, and thank you for joining us on ABC 7 at 6. I'm Estela Casas.
And I'm Rick Cabrera. Now back to the death of off-duty officer Adrian Arellano, killed during a funeral procession. El Paso police also tell us the woman accused of driving into his path is Maria Soto, and she ignored the officers guiding the procession. A spokesman says she was driving on Edgemere and had the green light when approaching Yarborough. Police say another escort officer motioned for her to stop, but Soto ignored him.
She could face charges depending on what the police investigation and the DA's office determine. Funeral services for El Paso police officer Adrian Arellano are now being arranged. As soon as we get the details, we will pass that information along to you. Liability and staffing concerns led several police departments in big American cities to stop providing escorts.
We're talking about cities like Atlanta, Charlotte, North Carolina, Miami, Minneapolis, Las Vegas, and Los Angeles.
In 2006, then El Paso Police Chief Richard Wiles called for a ban, wanting to keep officers from moonlighting as funeral escorts. It didn't happen because a funeral home association challenged him. What he's saying today in just a bit.
ABC 7 spoke to Wiles nearly a decade after he alerted the public to what he says needs to be stopped. Our complete coverage continues right now with ABC 7's Andrew J. Polk.
Rick, this isn't the first time officers have been injured during funeral processions in El Paso. Current sheriff and former chief of police Richard Wiles tried to ban them entirely years ago because of the risk.
You know, my brother was a police officer, and he actually was in an accident doing funeral escorts.
Wiles says one of the first things he did as sheriff was to ban deputies from doing funeral escorts, but that he had major difficulties in doing that back when he was the chief of police in 2006. He says that he had to back down due to pressure from both funeral directors and officers wanting the extra work, but says that El Paso is a big city with the traffic that goes along with it. He can't be sure if any policies or extra safety measures would have prevented this crash, but thinks it would be worth reviewing.
We could what if it all day long. I just again think that this city's too big to be engaging in that type of activity. I just think it's too dangerous. I did back in '06. I still think it is.
Now, El Paso police didn't respond to my request for more information on the department's current off-duty escort policies in time for this newscast. Rick and Estella?
Okay, Andrew, thank you very much. And as for Las Cruces, funeral escorts stopped about 3 years ago there. ABC 7 learned today escorts are provided for the hearse and family only, but not the entire motorcade. Department spokesman Dan Trujillo says it usually involves 2 officers. He says the decision was made 3 years ago to stop escorts based on the officer's safety and the department. LCPD provides escorts for the hearse, amps, and manpower.
Go to KVIA.